What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Buccaneers franchise, episode 17, and we are in, I think this is going to be the final preseason episode, right? Because I don't want to do 3 whole episodes for just the preseason. I think that would be a little over the top. So what I would like to do today is either run a game and sim another one, or run both, and then I'll cut it down to like highlights. It's going to depend on how well this Browns game goes. If it's a good enough game to where I actually don't have to cut like 75% out of it like I did the Texans game, then I will definitely probably just sim the last one. But if it's another one where it's like just lackluster play, probably going to end up just simming, doing both games and then cutting up the highlights, because judging off of last video, I could have probably done 2 games in there if I would have known that's how I wanted to work it. But I was still sort of wondering what you guys' thoughts were and whatnot. But we're coming off of a win, a messy win at that, but a good win to start off the preseason. I was going to look into bringing another quarterback in, but I looked around the free agency and there's nobody out there. Even if it's just for a camp body, I can't find anybody that's above like a 61 overall. So we're just gonna roll with Huntley and go from there. Maybe we give Trey Lance a little bit more playing time. You know, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I cut out, I don't want you guys to think that I cut out good stuff. Like, it was really bad throws and just horrible decision making that led to all the drives being cut out. It wasn't like, you know, a certain defender was just making so many plays and it just was boring. No, like it just, there was nothing really to show. It was bad all around. So I'm gonna see if that continues in this game, because as I mentioned last video as well, I do plan on tweaking the slider a little bit if need be, because defense has been a little lackluster and I'm trying to find a good balance to get it back up to where it's a good balance between the two sides of the ball. And before we get to the game, let's take a look at the Browns and see what they did in their offseason. So it looks like they did add to the quarterback room. They drafted Enrique Reyes, who was a 3rd or 4th round prospect. He's a 68 overall, normal development, 6'1", 205. He is a scrambler himself. The running back room, they drafted Chance Terrell, who was the #1 listed running back in the draft. He ends up being normal development though, 5'11", 200 pounds, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, coming with 86 carrying. That is pretty good. 89 change of direction. Obviously, he's not going to be jumping Nick Chubb anytime soon, but that could also indicate a good 1-2 punch. Nothing changed for the wide receivers. Everybody here is still the same. It looks like now Tillman is the 3rd receiver. He's injured right now. Oh yeah, he's gonna be out this week. I'm not sure if they brought in 1 or 2 of these guys, but if they did, they weren't noteworthy enough for me to remember. Tight end, they drafted Pat Hendricks. I don't know if he's really gonna do much damage right now, maybe down the line, but he seems to be more just a straight up blocking tight end. Don't see him doing any damage through the air. 73 speed. That is rough for a tight end in this day and age. Offensive line, they drafted Jaleel Perryman. I don't see any major changes along the line. Moving on to the defense, defensive ends look to be the same here. Yeah, I don't see anybody different on this. Yeah, nothing changed there. They did end up drafting Duncan Coleman. That was the guy that I was deciding between him and Derek Green towards the end of the draft. And it looks like I made the right choice. He was a 67 overall, normal development outside linebacker, straight up speed rusher, not even close on any other area. 81 speed, 86 acceleration. So I'm glad I made that decision. Joe Schobert and PJ Tompkins are the inside linebackers here. Tompkins drafted also normal development. Nothing new out here either. At corner, they did not do anything. So did the Browns participate in the offseason? I feel like they might not have. Okay, finally. Oh my God. There's no way he starts, right? Yeah, it'll be Geno Stone. So whoever is in charge of the Browns draft in this world, I think they need to be fired. Game time has arrived, and we are starting off on offense tonight. Trey Lance comes out, single back set. He's going to go straight to Rachaad White, and White trying to get past the outside defender there. It's PJ Tompkins. That was the middle linebacker, sorry. But he's only able to get 3. A nice open field tackle for Tompkins. Here on 2nd and long, Godwin in motion. Fake it to him, hand off to White. And White's got the first. No, just short. Was hoping he'd be able to stretch that ball out in front, but he was not able to make it happen. 3rd and very short. And we're going to throw out of it. A quick throw. It's caught. Godwin in traffic, holding on for the catch. Good play from Lance to get it out there quickly. An awesome job by Godwin to hold on through the contact. 1st and 10 now from the 35. We're going to go right back to Rachaad White. He's got a quick lane, and he'll get a quick 5 yards. Quick snap for Lance. Quick throw over the middle. It's Godwin again. He is taking shots, but he's making the catches, which is all that counts. And he moves the chains for us. We're out to the 45 now. Staying in shotgun here. Hand off to White. White with a big lane. Across midfield, a gain of 7. Got a full house look in the backfield with Taquan Samuel. It's a handoff to him. And Samuel pushing forward for the 1st down. Samuel going to stay in the game. We're going to throw out of it. Lance in trouble. He's going to go down. It's Dalvin Tomlinson. He came right through the middle of that defense, or that offensive line, and Lance had nowhere to go. He tried to escape, but man, that middle pressure, anytime that you get that middle pressure as a quarterback, it is very hard to get away from that. Lance back again. More pressure. He's able to get rid of it this time, and he throws an interception. He threw it up for a chance, and Denzel Ward makes the play, undercuts the route. It was an underthrown ball, and the Browns gonna take over at midfield after the costly throw. Watson happy to be starting at midfield on this drive, and oh man, a quick throw off target as Devin White celebrating for some reason. I don't know why. I wouldn't celebrate that, but I mean, more power to you. Hand off to Chubb. And Chubb immediately stood up at the line. No gain. Jermaine Johnson in on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 10. Can the defense get a quick stop here? Play action to Chubb. Watson looking deep. And he had a man, but he overthrows him. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 20. Watson out here for their 2nd attempt. Hand off to Chubb, and he's able to get 3 yards. Gonna go through the air and off target again for Watson. 0 for 3 so far on this drive, or in this game. And Watson, oh, pressure coming. He is smacked by Devin White, and we're gonna force a quick punt again. 1st down, back on offense. Defense doing its job so far in this one. Hand off to Samuel. He gets outside. We know he's got enough speed. Juke move on a defender, and he's down to the 41. A huge run from the rookie, Taquan Samuel. He is not just power. He used the speed to get to the edge, and then look at this nice little move here. Boom. Puts him in the blender to get down to the 41. And that is, man, that is good to see. That is good to see. Love watching the rookie running backs perform. White trying to the shoulder. That was just too perfectly timed. All right, we just saw our power back juke a defender out of his shoes, and Rachaad White was like, hey man, look, I can do it all too. He tried to lower the shoulder. It did not work. Don't do that again, man. 2nd and 7. Quick shot over the middle to Godwin again, and yet another completion for Chris Godwin. His 3rd catch of the day. Don't have a lot of yards, but he has caught every pass that has come his way. 3 catches, 25. Empty set for Lance. Down to the 24. Blitz coming. He gets rid of it quickly, and he's got Trey Palmer. A beautiful throw over the shoulder, and we got ourselves the 1st touchdown of the day. Trey Palmer got huge separation. Nobody touched him, and Lance doing an excellent job in the face of pressure to find him open for our 1st touchdown. A rough start to the night for the Browns and Deshaun Watson, and we have been able to capitalize. Good defensive stand in the last 2 drives, and then of course that touchdown from us on the last drive. Hand off to Nick Chubb, and finally they're able to get some positive yardage as Chubb takes it for 7 yards. 3 carries, just 10 yards on the day, and that of course being his biggest run by far. 2nd and short. Let's see what Watson can dial up here. A quick throw over the middle and a nice completion to Elijah Moore. A little slant route. just get some positive momentum going, right? After those 2 ugly drives where Watson was just off target, you just got to give him some confidence builders. Chubb tries to get outside there, but Devin White shuts it down easily after a short 2. 2nd down, 8 to go. Watson takes the snap. A deep shot, and again he's off target. He is looking to take the top off the defense. David Bell, Rodgers like, hey man, you missed it. And David Bell's like, hey man, I know, shut up, leave me alone. 3rd and 8. Here we go, delayed play action, and Rodgers then gets the sack on the corner blitz. What a turnaround by this defense. Well, defense did its job again. We're back on offense here. Hand off to White. And White trying to work his way outside, gets caught up. Geno Stone able to bring him down after 2. We'll go right back to him. Nice lane there and a nice run up to the 29, setting us up nicely on 3rd down here, 3rd and 1. Wharton split left. White in the backfield. Here we go. Handoff. White gets the 1st down. I wish he would have just stuck to that lane, because I feel like if he doesn't stutter step there, if he doesn't sort of wait, he might have had a bigger gain, but he still gets the 1st. So we're just going to accept that. Another handoff to White. That time that juke worked well, because he was going to get hit in that line, in that area, and him cutting outside seemed to get us an extra yard or 2, and that's the end of 1. I think what I'm going to do is, after this drive, I want to try and get some of the younger guys in more on the offense and the defense, because as you guys know, I'm not a big I'm not a big advocate for winning preseason games. I'd rather see the individual performance. So that is something I want to start looking at. There's another nice run by White, big juke, and he's down to the 46. Excellent blocking up front, and White doing the rest. And we are moving once again, 12 rushes to 8 pass plays. I like to see that. I want us to run the ball. Samuel checks in. We're going to hand it off to him. He gets outside, and he's got the speed as well. 30, 20, 15, finally dragged down at the 10. Big runs from our running backs today. Man, I am so happy to see that Samuel and White both working out of this playbook right now. 1st and 10 spread formation. Let's see what we got. Lance scanning to the end zone. He's got James Blake for another touchdown, and we're going to go up 13-0. Big plays by Lance, and that's the kind of offense we need. Let the ground game infiltrate the defense, set the tone, and set up the passing lanes for Trey Lance to take advantage of. That is a textbook drive for what I want us to accomplish. All right, the Browns, our defense has been lights out so far today. Watson has also been off target, but we have forced some pressure. Watson again off target. Man, he is really struggling. 1 of 7 right now for 9 yards. Not a good look. We did send some heat there, but I just feel like we didn't get home enough to really push that ball that far away from where it should have gone. And Nick Chubb takes it for a nice pickup of 7 to get them back into a respectable area here. But Watson has got to figure out his stuff here. Another blitz. Watson stands tall and delivers a beautiful strike to David Bell over the middle. And they'll finally, I think that might be their first down of the day. Calling out the changes. Here we go. He saw something. A little quick pass to Cooper underneath. And gets some positive yards there. A gain of 5 to the 39. Nice play. Finally getting some quick decision making by Watson. And some good passes. Let's see if it can continue. We're going to go with Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb with a beautiful delay. And then hits the hole. And now Devin White is hurt. Dang, man. This is the part of preseason that I hate. Ah, man. Out of either of our starting linebackers, I mean, David is important, but I would much rather see David get hurt so we can continue to grow White in case of a long-term injury. I hope it's nothing serious. I really do, because I feel like White was really close to being able to, you know, take that next step in the process of becoming a solidified number 1 middle linebacker. And, oh, man, he just missed him. I saw that route developing, and I don't know why, but he could not connect over the middle, 3rd and 4. Here we go. We send heat. They pick it up, and a nice catch outside by Elijah Moore to the 34. Browns going to keep this drive alive. Watson finally finding a nice rhythm here. I'd expect a run here. They haven't ran it in a while. No, they're going to keep with the air. Okay, Watson in trouble. Finds another man, and it's David Bell again. Gain of 7. Play action. Oh, Watson almost gets hit, but he finds, nope. Look at that. Picked, interception, and that is going to be Duke Shelley on the interception. What a play. Wow. Watson gets pushed out of the pocket into harm's way, just fires a rocket downfield, and Duke Shelley was there to make the play. Awesome. Man, it's going to be a tough decision for me between Rodgers and Shelley to go in the regular season. Oh, read option for Lance, and he'll get to the 29. Like I told you guys, those guys are fighting it out. Oh, nice little delayed run there for White, and we'll get another first. 11 carries, 66 yards on the day for Rachaad White. And go right back to him. Oh my God. That juke just saved us from losing like 2 or 3 yards. Another handoff. White, man, you should have stuck with that outside lane, dude. You really should have. That time it was not correct decision. There was nobody out there. Man, that's rough. 3rd and 6. Empty set for Lance. Lance under pressure. He steps up. He's going to run with it. He's got plenty of room. And he is down to the 44 of Cleveland. Offset eye for Samuel. Morgan in motion. They're going to go left side to Samuel. And the lane was cut off, or the edge was cut off by the rookie, P.J. Tompkins. 4 tackles on the day for him. He did a good job there. We saw what Samuel can do. Be able to get out there and shut that off was big as Lance over the middle to Godwin again. And Godwin down to the 27s. Darius Smith is down. And that's going to lead us to 1st and 10 once again. And off to White. Man, they are reading that run quickly. They know that run is coming. White frustrated off of it. I mean, every time we're in that situation right there, especially on 1st down, it seems like they are guessing run every time. Lance over the middle. Fires one to Wharton, down to the 20, pick up a 7. That's the rookie's first catch of the day. I really can't wait to see what Taylor Wharton can do with some time on this offense. Big drop back for Lance. He's looking short. Dangerous throw. Very dangerous throw. 26 had a shot at it. He could have picked that off. He didn't have his head turned around, and we're going to have to settle for 3. All right. End of the first half, start of the second. And the rookie Enrique Reyes comes into the game here from the 24. He'll hand it off. And it goes for 2. It's Demetric Felton Jr. on the carry. So a tough end to the first half for the Browns, who were finally driving. And now Reyes looking short for the tight end. He finds him. Short gain of 3. Reyes on 3rd. Over the middle, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Anthony Moore. He was looking for David Bell, and he threw it a little too far behind him. And another rookie performing. I want to see this play here. Oh, wow. Yeah, he just threw it way far behind him, and Moore was just in the right place at the right time. All right. So we find ourselves at the 37. After the interception, Huntley comes out for his first look on offense. It's a handoff to Samuel. And Samuel only able to get a few yards out of the play. I have Nathan Givens and Taylor Wharton, both rookies, at our 1 and 2 for receiver. I have Quez Watkins as our 3rd. Huntley pushed out of the pocket. He looks right, and he finds Watkins for a nice gain. Sean Tucker is the 3rd down back. Huntley, quick throw to Durham, and we'll get the 1st. Quick hand. Oh, my God. Well, dude, why are you playing, man? Like, this is the same thing that I always complained about last Madden too. Fix the reordering of the depth chart, Madden. Like, there should be like a cutoff. Like, no previous starter should be in any starting position in preseason when they do this. There goes Huntley. He'll dive forward. It's just so annoying because, yes, obviously Myles Garrett is going to destroy the interior of our line in the second half of a preseason game. Like, this dude is a monster. He shouldn't be in. And overshoots him, and we're going to have to settle for 3. All right, Huntley comes back out. Second drive. Empty backfield to start. Huntley already getting pushed out. He's under pressure, and oh my God, he barely got rid of that. And once again, it's Myles Garrett. This is also some of the reason why I don't like watching the preseason in Madden franchises, because the depth chart is so screwy. It's hard to even evaluate your backup talent. Oh my God, what a play to Watkins! Let me shut my mouth. Quez Watkins with the burners down the sideline, and Huntley put it exactly where he needed to. Double coverage, it doesn't matter. Watkins, too fast, too furious. Oh my God, I can't believe I just made a Too Fast, Too Furious reference. Somebody fire me. But anyway, that was a great play. That was a great play. 26-0. We're going to be up. This game is pretty much over at this point. Back on offense. Huntley takes a drop back, looks short, and he finds Watkins at the 28. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was Parham Jr. Why did I just saw white accessories and just assumed it was Quez Watkins? It was not. It was a 6'8" tight end. I'm an idiot. Hand off to Samuel, up the middle, first down. Samuel had those amazing runs in the first half, which is why his rushing yards are just so astronomical. 6 for 78. Huntley looking right side, and oh my God, Wharton just didn't even catch it. Oh no. Taylor Wharton with the biggest fumble of the day so far. I can't believe it. I mean, that hit him right in the chest, and he just didn't even try to catch it. Got to see better from the rookie. Hopefully that does not affect him going forward. 3rd and 8. Got to make up for it at some point now, though. As Huntley pushed out of the pocket, he lets it go, and Wharton does make up for it on the very next play that he had a chance to. A big play on a crossing route. Huntley doing the 360 no scope, and he finds them in between 2 defenders for a huge gain. I mean, that's one way to make up for a bad drop. And Huntley with an incredible throw. As he's going deep again, and this time he's a little off target. He was looking for, I think it was Nathan Givens down there. Just could not connect. 2nd and 10. We're going empty set again. Huntley going deep. End zone. It's caught. And it's Sean Tucker, of all the people, going up and bringing it down for the touchdown. Huntley is lighting up this Browns defense. Wow. I mean, I can't believe he went up and caught that. Like, he looked like he was 6'2". No, that's little tiny 5'10" Sean Tucker bagging it in the end zone for our 33rd point. Make that 34 after the extra point. That is just insane. Here we go. Morgan in motion. Let me hand it off. Samuel does an excellent job. How in the hell did he get out of there? What? Oh my God. That was an incredible run by Taquan. I wish they would have shown a replay there. Oh my God. The moves he used to get away from the defenders and turn that into a huge gain. And there he goes again. Another wide open lane down inside the 30 to the 28. And that'll put him easily over the 100-yard mark. Taquan Samuel doing work for us in this second half. Huntley, Jesus, throws it out to Tucker for a no gain. He was under pressure, had to get rid of it. Gave Tucker a chance to make a play, and he just could not get past that first defender. Watkins with a catch over the middle, a gain of 4. We are keeping the pressure on late in this game, thanks to the run from Taquan Samuel. And Huntley pushed out, fires, looking for, I believe it was Wharton. Yeah, Wharton calling for the flag. Dude, come on now, man. You weren't interfered with. He just threw it off target. It's okay. And we're going to settle for 3. It was a nice attempt, but Huntley was a little off to, oh my God, no way. This game has got to stop this stuff, man. I don't want to see these fakes. I don't want to see it. Reyes back, looking for Hendricks. He's got him again. Reyes to Hendricks. Man, it's like these guys got a +5 overall when they're throwing to each, like when they're working together. Because Hendricks, I believe, is a 66. Reyes is a 67. Oh, man. I don't know why Devin White's back in the game. I know he was injured earlier, but I made sure to sub him all the way out. But he had to sneak back in for a sack. And that's going to push him all the way back. 2nd and 17, empty set. They got Hendricks split out wide. Oh, my God, he had him. Dude, he had that receiver, and he just missed him. You got to make that throw. There was not that much pressure. No pressure, really. And he could have had a big play, erased all that negative yardage. And now Reyes trying to escape on foot, but he is tracked down by Servasia. Golly, I'm going to look it up right now. Dennis on the play. I think it might be Servosia. I don't know. But either way, 4th and 17. They're going to stay out here. Just trying to get something here. And Reyes is going to go down again. It's Jose Ramirez off the edge with the sack. And now we're going to take over from the 36. Ramirez got a good push, and then Reyes just sort of spun right into him. We're going to run the clock out, and that's going to be it, folks. We get another big win, and now we move to 2-0 in the preseason. Big time showing by the offense, and I got a little something to tell you guys about that after we get back to the main screen. We have 2 upgrades. Yaya Diaby. We're going to just stick right with Power Rusher. That's been working for him, so I'm just going to keep pushing towards that for him. 2 awareness, 1 power, 1 tackle. And then we're going to get Taquan Samuel involved here. And honestly, man, I feel like the power back is working for him, but I want to keep elusive back close. So I'm going to go 1 more power, and then the next one we're going to do elusive. He's going to get 1 break, 1 strength, and 2 to trucking. Now that the game is over, what I wanted to tell you guys is I've been doing more testing. Just running some extra games. Did that with the Browns game. Just trying some stuff out. And I'm going to run some more tests here. Probably in week 1. Not on the recording, of course. But like just in my own spare time. I don't think Baltimore Book's going to work, guys. I think the Baltimore Book sucks. Put it lightly. I was running some books with that. And in all of those scenarios, both Trey Lance and Tyler Huntley looked like absolute dog crap. They did not look good at all. The run game did not look good. I'll just show you what I've been running, actually. So this is what I've been running, and this is what you guys just watched. It was West Coast zone run with the Dallas playbook and base 3-4 out of the Miami book. I'm not changing the Miami book. I just changed the scheme from the disguise to, or the storm to this. The storm is great, but it's very limited in how well it, like, you have to have a tremendous defense, I think, to be able to pull it off. We just don't have that yet. The base 3-4, I think, just gave us a little bit more balance on the defensive side of the ball in this game. But honestly, man, right now I really like the Dallas book. It just seems to be working well with the running and the passing. Of course, I like the deep shots. I also like just how the offense can work within it. There is still some like read option stuff that we did see in the last game, as you guys just saw. So I am gonna do a little bit more testing probably in week 1 and see if I can narrow down a good book. Like right now, Dallas is the book, right? And look, I want to be realistic too. I do. I want to only use what the coordinators offer, but Madden just doesn't know how to code these books properly. So you sort of got to work around it. You know, I've always done that in the past. I try to do it this year, hoping maybe some stuff changed, but they just don't touch the books enough in between Madden games. I don't think they think it's that necessary. And honestly, because this isn't how they intend people to play the game, they probably don't think it's necessary, and that's just what I have to accept. But the Baltimore book is not very good. It does not at least work for this team. I'm not saying you might not have success with it, but this team right now does not work with the Baltimore book. Every game I've watched, the defense played okay in some of the games where we had the 3-4 storm, but the offense just never really clicked. It looked rough. So I just want to let you guys know that, and I wanted to let you guys know after you watched the Dallas book, and I want you guys to let me know down below what you think of what you saw. I will be doing some more testing yet, so that could change. Also, just to give you guys an update on the sliders, because I don't have too much of an issue right now with the sliders that we're using. So I don't touch anything on the player side. And then this is what I have right now for the CPU. So we have 35 accuracy, 40 pass block, 50 for wide receiver catching. I put that back to default. I raised pass defense reaction to 30, interceptions to 20, pass coverage to 25, and I brought tackling down to 75. I might put that up a little bit, but I've been seeing some nice in between. I've been seeing some good missed tackles, but I've also been seeing a lot of good tackles. So I think I'm going to leave it at 75. Field goal stuff went back to default. They have fixed the issue, in my opinion. So I leave that at default now, and everything else is still the same. Also down here on the penalties, I did lower offsides, face mask, and DPI down to 40. Same with roughing the passer. This is to hopefully allow the pass rush to get there quicker and to allow less time for quarterbacks to throw, which will hopefully give them more of a realistic completion percentage and force better decision making, or quicker decision making, I should say. So this is still a work in progress still, but these are the small changes I made. For the most part, I just changed what the defensive sliders were at because they needed it. Madden really screwed them, man, really bad. And so I did the offsides here. I did that because this could, and this is more of a belief. Okay, there's a lot of people who believe this. I've talked about this in other videos. Operation Sports fully believes it. The penalties affect more of the gameplay than the actual sliders do. So the offsides, by lowering that, it is intended to potentially make the defensive line a little bit more aggressive in their approach. The face mask is to allow more more aggressive tackling. And obviously DPI, bringing that down is to allow hopefully more tighter and aggressive coverage in the secondary. And then roughing the passer, this one is also lowered to 40 to try and allow defenders to feel comfortable rushing the passer, but also not have them get flagged every single time. So that's my thought process on it. Everything else is still the exact same. Like, I've made very few changes. If you have them written down or have them on your own game, when you update this, you'll see, oh, you didn't really change that much, because the sliders worked super well for the most part. It's just the last update or two really messed up defense, and I had to make some type of adjustment. Otherwise, it was just going to be a throw off, 300-400 yards every game, 30-something points. It's not good. So I'm going to continue to work on it to make sure that it's tip top. And then once I have a final answer for sure, I will put out an update video on that. But just so you guys know, you guys who watch my franchise are getting the first look at these sliders. We also hit like every possible thing this week for points. So I'm going to go ahead and get this after school tutoring done. And now we have a full 6 players that we can upgrade or do the focus players on in training camp. So I'm excited about that. Everything else here is going to have to wait. Yeah, everything else up above 20. So, and honestly, I think I have seen enough of preseason to make a good determination for the final roster. So I think what I'm going to do here is we're just going to do the weekly strategy, and then we're going to sim to week 1. All right, so this is who I am using right now for the upgrades. So I wanted to make sure Trey Lance stayed here. I want to get Nathan Givens built up. I definitely want to get James Blake built up. Timmy Baker, I think, is an important piece for down the line. Vita Vea will not be here forever. I want to give Jermaine Johnson a good shot at being a quality outside linebacker for us. This one was auto-populated with the addition of the 6th. I think I want to change it, though. Let's take a look here. I think we're going to go Paul Bronson for now as one of the options. Get some of these lower end young guys up to try and get them ready to take over starting roles for us in the future. So this is the 6 we're going to go with for now. This, of course, might change over time, but like I said, I think we have seen enough of the preseason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these mini games. I'm going to run training. I'm I'm going to sim to the off week or the bye week, and then we are going to cut this thing down to the final 53. All right, so we just simmed past week 3. We got our asses whooped by the Bills, 33-19. But we are in the final week. It's time for us to cut this down to the final 53. Not sure how our team went from 83 across the board down to 81 without us not changing anything, but Madden is Madden. So let's see what we have for upgrades first before making these decisions. Ooh, look at that. A lot of good upgrades here. Trey Lance is going to get one. I'm going to work towards field general here for him. Want to try and get that more balanced out. And there we go. 1 under pressure, 1 deep accuracy, and 2 to awareness. Timmy Baker is going to get an upgrade as well. I think I want to do some speed rushing or power rushing for him. I do want him to be a little bit more balanced so that way he can play in more situations for us, especially on 3rd down. He's like not able to even get on the field. So yeah, there we go. 1 block shed, 1 awareness, 2 to finesse moves. Chuma Edoga, left guard. We go power for him there. Oh, and our final one is Zion McCollum, the corner. I think we're gonna go, I think it's zone. Yeah, he needs a little bit more zone, so we'll go zone for him. Hopefully we get at least +2 there. We do, perfect. So now they're balanced out. And now it's decision time. I don't think we're gonna have too many difficult decisions here just because the roster is very limited the way it is. These two will stay. No changes coming at the running back room. No change for the fullback. Receiver is probably going to be where we have to make the most decisions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 receivers. I'm definitely going to put Devin Tompkins on practice squad, and same with Raheem Jarrett. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yikes, that's a lot of receivers. That is a lot of receivers. I'm trying to think of what I would like to see done here, right? Because I'd like to get it down to 6 guys. Bo Melton we signed in the late stages of the offseason. Before we knew we were getting the guys that we got, we brought in Taylor Wharton, of course, and then we get Jeff Benson out of free agency, who I really like. Same with Nathan Givens, and I think it gives us a different dynamic. Benson is a stud returner. Givens, I want him as a future project. And Melton is sort of like, I don't want to say this because it's not nice, but he's sort of like a discounted Quez Watkins. He's just fast. He's not the tallest, but he's super fast. And Watkins just gives us more of that. So I feel like I can cut Bo Melton or maybe put him in practice squad. Why not? Let's put him in the practice squad. That brings us down to 6 receivers. And now it's just 2 players left to cut. I want to keep these 2. I think I can move Klein to practice squad since Derek Green will be back. But we're going to do that. And now it's just 1 player left. 1 player remaining that needs to be cut from this active roster. I really don't want to cut any of those guys. One of these probably has to go. Yeah. Let's just see. Yeah, I'd like to keep everybody there. It's going to come down to Andre Mincy or Jose Ramirez. All right, so I think since I can put Ramirez on the practice squad, I can't do that with Andre Mincy. I'm going to put Ramirez on the practice squad again, and that will round out the team for us, and that puts us at the final 53. Oh, wow, Taquan Thornton got cut by the Patriots? Well, he is definitely going to have to go to the practice squad. I might have to sign him to the active roster, to be quite honest with you. Corners. Oh, look at this. Emmett Thomas. 6'3", 187, 22 years old, 91 speed, 92 excel. Definitely needs a lot of work, but honestly, I might want to keep him over. I'm going to go sign him to the practice squad. He might end up making the actual roster, though. I could move Payne Durham to practice squad and bring that corner onto the active roster. I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to move him to practice squad. All right, so now we do have a lot of corners, but Emmett Thomas, I think, deserves a spot on the active roster. Being 6'3", 22 years old, and having 91 speed, I can't pass up at that corner, especially considering that Zion McCollum really hasn't been able to crack, his overall or really anything since we started using him. since we started this franchise. And I understand that he hasn't had a lot of time on the field, but I can't pass up somebody who's 3 years younger, a tick slower, but an inch taller. I just can't do it at the corner position. Sorry. But we'll keep all these guys on the active roster. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe, you know, there's a change of scenery for somebody in the future. Maybe a guy like McCollum could play safety. I don't know what his tackling rating is at. It might be trash, and I could be completely, yeah, it's trash. Never mind, I'm a liar. But the point is, could not pass up having Emmett Thomas on the active roster. I mean, that's like a draft pick right there. 68 overall, 91 speed at 6'3". That is a draft pick that I would not have had an issue making later in the draft. So I'm happy with it. And that is where we're going to end things off. We are in week 1. We're taking on Denver on the road in our first matchup of the season. Defense went back up to an 83, so that's good to see. Offense staying strong at 81. I'm happy with how the preseason went. I think it gave us a little bit of a look that most of the guys we have as starters are there for a reason, and we have some potential in some of these other players, but nothing that is going to sway my opinion on the starting unit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave it as is. I'm going to let Isaiah Rodgers be the starter heading into the regular season at the nickel position. And that's just how we are going to run it. James Blake, of course, will be our tight end 1. Wharton is going to be our wide receiver 2. Palmer will continue to get some work in the slot and at the third receiver position. And this is what our starting unit is going to look like going into the season. I'm excited to see what we can have happen here with this unit. I think we have some quality pieces now for the future, and we maintained a majority of our starting 22 from last season. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what you think of the preseason and who you are most looking forward to seeing develop and get some real game action in games that matter down below. Don't forget to hit the like before you head out. Subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification, and I will see you guys next time.